Welcome, chat. We are going to go over today's price action, what happened today, and blah blah blah. So we're gonna get straight into it because it's hot as hell everywhere, and I'm trying to relax. Just got done from the gym, and I'm tired, bro. I'm genuinely just trying to chill, bro. So I plan on this being a quick video, definitely. So sorry up and get to it, man. Alright. So coming into market open, right? Gonna come here to bar replay, start new. Come here at 9 p.m. or 9 a.m. So boomski, coming into market open, you guys can see that clearly we have LRL on the higher time frame. So we have a lot of low resistance liquidity, and then this shows up on M and Q, but we also have left the relative equal highs here as well. And then we also have, a couple highs here that seem relatively obvious that we would want to draw towards to then distribute lower. But then again, we do just have two stacked highs resting right here. So just something to take note of. So moving forward into the morning, if we drop down to the 15-minute time frame, like I said, this is at 8:45. I see that the LRL here is just looking extremely juicy. So I know that's something I want to target. But I do see overall, and I know overall that it's Monday. And this is higher time frame draw. This is a LRL on the 1 hour chart. I wasn't expecting it to totally get ran today, obviously, right? But I'm yapping. Fast forward. What I'm looking for off market open is a sweep of these highs and then a simple return back lower to sell side, and I wanted to kind of see it immediately happen. But if that didn't happen, then what I was going to look for the buys was look for a break of this low inside of this fair value gap, respecting the rest of this gap right here as well, and then look for a return back up to these relative equal highs. I thought that was A plus as well. So let's go and fast forward to the 1 minute chart. And remember, I'm looking for a sweep of these lows back up to these highs, or a sweep of these highs back down to these lows, right? Pretty obvious. So where's our 930 bar? So 930 bar is right there. So we can go ahead and 3x this. Boom. So right there, market's not open just yet. So boom. Let me just. Alright, boomski. Market actually opens there. Market opens up here, and the thing I'm looking for is obviously we tap into this gap, fill that gap and reject it perfectly like I wanted it to. We probably had some sort of like 15-second inverse, 30-second gap. Maybe, maybe not. That I can't see here because I don't have access to a 30-second chart. But nevertheless, I did think, and I still do think that, after we break both of these two fair value gaps, if anybody took like an impulse buy right here, targeting something like that, literally just targeting these highs right there, I think that is a lovely trade. For me, everything was just moving extremely too fast, and I obviously didn't feel comfortable taking a position like that without seeing some sort of clear inverse, and especially looking at it on the 1 minute chart. We did make the trade that we were looking at taking wasn't valid because this candle ended up coming all the way up here and taking an ITL. But onto the trade we actually took. So as you guys can see here, I'm waiting for these relative equal lows and stuff to be taken out. Now let me just come back, and I want to fuck just happened. Just push me all the way back to Wednesday, bro. What's going on, bro? Hold on, bro. Y'all just bear with me for a second. The fuck is this? The fuck is this? Replay. Start new. So, what I want to emphasize is that we had this 3-minute gap right here. That, like I said, after this happened, I realized that we left behind these 930 wicks right here. This is a very clear 930 wick that I wanted to see get drawn towards. I thought this 3-minute inverse would be great for that. Now obviously you guys can see that we inversed this gap. Let's say anybody that took shorts here inverses that gap, targeting 930 lows. Any other market condition, this is a great trade, right? In my opinion. The problem with this is our higher time frame objective has not been hit yet. Not only do we have relative equal highs right here, but we also have higher time frame relative equal highs. So overall, that's what made that trade an absolute god awful trade. And with this, with being in between both of these draws on liquidity, we have 930 lows there, then relative equal highs there. I determined that it was no longer good for us to look for any setups within this range. We now have to wait for something to happen. Now after something happens, you guys can see that we immediately get that displacement. And the only thing I do here is wait for this 1-minute IFVG. I was pretty skeptical taking this, honestly. Pretty skeptical about taking it just because, like, it wasn't like the entry wasn't as great as I would have wanted it to be. Instead of straight up and then straight back down, we went straight up and then came back down. But nevertheless, I still took this pretty much half position. Now since I'm looking at it, that was about a 4R. So yeah, we could have risked a band or so. But I went 5 micros because I think 1 mini would have been way too much risk here than I wanted, and I didn't really. Let's see how much risk 1 mini would have been. I didn't want to enter 1 mini and then the trade be done. Well, 1 mini would have been fine, but it's all good. But I knew I would want to take profit at these lows, so that's why I went 5 micros. I probably could have risked a little bit better, but nevertheless, that was a trade we took. Only up $1,500 on this account. We're not gonna start talking like we're only up. We caught a great trade, winning trade. Risked $500, made $1,500. And I'll check back with you guys tomorrow. We'll probably be live tomorrow, but today I just had things to do, so.